Alright guys, welcome back to Starfield. Just got done being real pissed because I could not move in this game. Like, it didn't matter what I did, I couldn't move.
Laying waste to a planet in the name of war. The ecosystem here has been...
But I do, oh, there we go. If you remember, because I had forgotten, I have some contraband. I've met components. Why that's contraband, I don't know. Well, actually, I wonder...
totally destroyed.
You think the dude in here would buy it? Even though I did steal it from here.
What can I do for you? All legal.
No, he will not. He will not. But we need to go back to Mars. And I don't think it won't let me if I have contraband. Yeah. Shoot. Oh, there it is. So it'll be there. Yeah. Let's see, Red Devil headquarters. I have to travel like this for right now because whenever I go out into space, I have those bounty hunters trying to kill me, and for some I don't have any more ship parts to repair, and for some reason they can just tear my ship up.
Imagine being marooned on a planet like this. I don't know how you'd survive.
And I can't do anything. Like, the furthest I've gotten is destroying one of their ships. I don't know if I need a better ship or what, but...
I can't believe it.
Major Sanon, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion. Where are we going?
Londinian.
Londinium. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with.
So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. Meaning us finding and disposing of them ourselves isn't an option. But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on, I'll walk you through what we're thinking.
Oh yeah, and I know I was calling this a side quest, and it's technically a faction quest. But I mean, to me, it's still a side quest because you don't ever have to do it.
You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asyles?
I remember, yeah.
Apparently, they were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps.
We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using, well, using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asili's hunting skills to track down the Terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them, and put an end to the Terramorph problem definitively.
Let's see. Could Asili's really clean up whole worlds like you're describing?
All our data suggests so. Asilis, they're impressive hunters. The few tests we've been able to run, well, they more than got the job done. They're also shockingly adaptable. The data suggests they're able to thrive just about anywhere, and we plan to selectively breed them so they can hunt Terramorphs wherever they're hiding. Which is important, because we did some cross-referencing in the Terramorph data. On worlds where Asilis were present, Terramorphs weren't. This suggests that however it is Terramorphs are getting onto our worlds, Asilis are somehow cleaning that up as well. These creatures are good at what they do.
Are these Asili's things dangerous?
If you pick a fight with one, or you're a Terramorph, sure. But Asilis were already spread across the galaxy once before during the Colony War. As livestock.
They're far less of a danger than the one we're proposing to clean up.
Huh, that sounds like it could actually work.
I really think it could. Now, there is another option for removing the Terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with Terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asilis.
I don't like that. Yeah, I vote for the Asilis. And who exactly is going to be doing all this work, dispersing the microbe or the Asilis?
Well, that's still not 100%. But it sounds like the Vanguard will actually be picking up a fair bit of it. But there's no sense in hammering down those sorts of details before we've made a decision on which route we're taking.
What kind of risks are there with the microbe?
Percival assures me that they're minimal. He'll be able to encode safeguards against mutation in the agent's genetics, so that they stick to the task of cleaning up Terramorphs. But the microscopic world has a tendency to behave in ways you can't always predict. So to say there's zero risk would be a lie.
Yeah, I don't like it. I vote for the Asilis.
Inclined that way myself.
With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. Even just getting these plans off the ground is going to take time. And all routes are going to require some highly specific materials to make things work. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asili's gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes' tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around.
But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinium.
Londinium had an Asilis population?
It was the central hub for Asili's processing during the Colony War. But, and this part's exciting, the Terramorph data suggests Asilis were first found there. The planet it's on, Toliman II, was their homeworld. Meaning, there's a very good chance their prey, the Terramorphs, came from that same world. Which would also explain why no one ever suspected that planet as the Terramorph source world. The Aseles were too damn effective at cleaning them up. Additionally, it explains why once the Aseles were gone, the outbreak there was so catastrophic. Londinian could very well be where the Terramorph saga began. And the key to its end.
Are we even allowed on Londinian?
It's certainly not encouraged, but the UC's given their sign-off for this excursion. This trip is all above board.
The planet overrun by Terramorphs, isn't that suicide?
It's dangerous, yes. But Kaiser, Percival, and I, we've trained for this. And you're not so green yourself. And the last thing I want right now is for the UC to stick us with some gung-ho jarhead who's gonna put us and the mission at risk. Captain, you're the reason we're all here right now. You're the person I think can help us finish it. Will you join us on this?
Then let's not waste any more time. Londinian, here we come.
Exactly what I was hoping to hear. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
Visit Lieutenant Avido to purchase new gear.
This is quite an impressive research facility. When it comes to the study of the Terramorph,
It's a damn shame that it was necessary to reopen this facility.
but
This
someone has to deal with the
goddamn
fact that the
planet.
Terramorphs have
You
resurfaced.
romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough, but I forgot what a dust-crusted pit Mars can be. Now you, what do you need?
What's wrong with Mars?
Oh, nothing. I love having to take a toothbrush to every crate they drag in here. Now, you gonna tell me what you need, or can I get back to my work?
I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Captain of the Vanguard. I've been helping Hadrian.
Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working together. Don't much care for Vanguard. It sounds like you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city, so, thank you for what you did there.
You're welcome. I hope your family was alright.
Yeah, they both came through okay. One science division, other's an artist. Effectively useless human beings that would have had no reason to be anywhere near the fighting. Still, would hate to see anything happen to them. Now, what was it you needed?
What do you think about this new project taking on the Terramorphs?
If anyone can pull off something as downright lunatic as that, it's these people. And I'll make sure they've got all the supplies they might need to make it a reality.
I get the sense this isn't the first time you've worked in this place, is that right?
That's correct. Ran logistics for the Devils for years before getting the assignment here. Military logistics isn't usually thrilling work, but as bone-crushingly exhausting as this job could be, it sure as hell was never dull. Coordinating habitats for nightmares from the far side of Lantana 8B and their favorite breathing snack foods? Sure, why not? Stocking the UC for a rancher who's got 2,000 grade A kilos of biomass he can ship to Mars per week? We call days like that Tuesday. So when I heard things might be opening up again, I put in for my transfer immediately.
See what you got.
Don't worry, I'll handle the paperwork.
Oh, you don't have any thing that I want. Amped up Orion. Don't we have guns that we stole? Maybe that's not considered a contraband. They have a lot of Orion. Reckless bombardment. Whoa. Scout's pacifier. It's a shotgun. Vampire's gift. Med theft. Chance that humans drop extra med packs on death. I thought it was, you hear vampire is supposed to give you health. I really like this, but oh, we got this one, the anti-personal modified mag shot. Really like that. So the lacerate modified coachman, because this randomly applies a bleed effect, it does 57. This does 131, and it does more damage with each consecutive hit. Rate of fire is obviously going to be better. Well, 1, this one does 2. The range is 20, 18. Range is better, accuracy is better. Let's go ahead and sell him this one. I feel like I can get rid of this lawgiver. Doesn't do nearly as much as this hunting rifle, but we have to wait and see on ammo. That's the thing. I don't want to start getting rid of stuff and end up not having any ammo for it. And I'm not using melee weapons. Now here's the thing, this trick shot. Depleted uranium rounds. We actually need armor piercing rounds. Plus 10% damage against humans, long barrel. Fully automatic. We'll wait to see. If we can see what's in here. We only have 6 digipicks though. So that one has to be used right there, so that means this one.
Well, that lock didn't last very long.
I think we needed it, so. Alright guys, so let's see, I've been recording for 19 minutes.
Hello.
I'm gonna take off and I'm not gonna stop until I'm done with that space combat. We read this, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop until I do that. I'm done with that space combat. So what I'll do is just cut out the deaths, because I'm gonna die a lot. It's gonna be annoying for me, but yeah, that way it's just over with. Unless it doesn't happen, that is.
Attention vessel, you have entered restricted space. Please respond. This world is off limits. You are advised to jump to safe harbor immediately.
Let's see. I'm cleared to be here. I'm meeting with Commander Hadium. You're interfering with a critical mission. Stand down or I'll report you. Off limits. Why are you going to stop me from landing? I'm clear.
Let me check my logs. Alright, you can proceed. We'll let them know you're on your way down.
Can we scan it? Yes. Only 38. There's 3 traits, 5 resources, 8 fauna, and 3 flora. Wow. Okay, well, I guess the combat didn't happen. So whenever the combat does happen, I'm just going to be taking out the part where I fail.
From what I'm seeing, this world has all the essential building blocks to support life.
Okay.
Inside the barriers, double time! You with the Xeno unit?
Yes.
Head to command.
Nothing. Bashing modified auto rivets. Alright, so we did get, so we got this thing. It's 112 to rare heavy. Deals double damage when gun bashing. Laser sight, shielded tool grip. Okay, so this is just something you stole. It doesn't count as contraband. Okay. Let's see. 5. That was the old shotgun, right? Yes. Let's give this instead of lawgiver, so that's 4. The ammo is rivet. Okay. Okay, we have 103. We got the earth shotgun. shrimp is gross.
Heard you're going out there willingly. Damn.
Hello.
That's all that was in this big ass case was a little bit of ammo. Sentinel's UC anti-Xeno spacesuit. Holy shit, this is good. Negative 15 damage from alien enemies. Automedic. Automatically use a medpack when hit and health is below 25% once every minute. 75% chance to reduce damage by 50% chance while standing still. Wow. Aliens plus 10% damage to scanned targets. 10% chance to ignite nearby attackers. Plus 20 carry capacity, there we go. Armor plated, negative 10% incoming physical energy and EM damage capacity boost back.
Excuse me.
What?
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Bunch of health. Charity in a Godless Universe Part 2. Amelia sang, Part 2. My settlement was founded as a commune by the members of my family's church, a place where the congregation could worship in peace without interference. But word travels fast, and our small colony began to grow. Our successes attracted those in need of help, and those with nowhere else to turn. When I was 10 years old, I watched two officers lead a frail-looking man down our street. He had been stealing from our settlement's emergency rations. Our local security had been trying to catch the thief for weeks. I asked my parents if the man was hungry. If he didn't have enough to eat, couldn't we feed him the same food he had been stealing? My parents explained that while our settlement probably could afford to feed the man, stealing is a sin, and thief must ask God for forgiveness. That night, my family gathered to pray for the soul of the man. They asked God to help him see beyond a life of sin. That man's name was Edgar, and he didn't need our prayers. Edgar needed food and work. Since no one gave him either, Edgar would be in and out of our settlement's prison for several years to come. Yeah, that's usually how that goes. What the hell is that? Let's go ahead and check out the spacesuit. So the spacesuit we have right now gives us an extra 40 carrying capacity. Unfortunately, this is incredibly better when it comes to physical energy and EM, but it's not as good when it comes to, well, just radiation and a little bit of thermal. It is heavier. Or if we take it, that negative's, 40 pounds. Now the pack we just got, this pack right here, don't care about... Oh, this one's better with the other three things. But this one is better with everything. Plus we do get the 20 carry capacity. So we get 20 of that back. Then we have the helmet. So with this helmet right here, we get a little more oxygen. And resource weight is 25% less. With this one, again, energy is the only thing that isn't as good, but it's only by 3. Radiation and thermal is better, but airborne is negative and so is corrosive. But we have a 10% chance to ignite attackers. We can give the lady here some stuff, so...
To Venus?
No.
I'll only carry the good stuff.
You'll carry what I want you to carry, alright? Are you only going to use this maelstrom as well? I want this. I'm going to carry this, I think, just because the carry capacity in case I get too much stuff. So you can have this pack. Yeah, that pack as well. Helmets, don't care, don't care. See, I like the chameleon effect of this. Blend with the environment while sneaking and not moving. This is the resource weight, so I really want that. These don't weigh too much, so I'll keep these on me as well. You can take all these. And that brings us down to 132. So. Oh, wait.
Bring me anything useful.
If I give her some weapons, will she use them? Like here, take that. This uses 777. What else uses 777? I know something else does. It's the pistol, right? Yeah, it's this pistol thing.
So long.
I'm wondering if she'll use any of it. Digipick. Really need more digipicks. I think I have 6. Because the one place we were in, oh my god, the amount of stuff to unlock. This man's got a Deimos pack. It's just mining stuff. Yeah, we have 6. Modified arc wielder. God, space helmet display. God damn it. That's what I mean. There's too much stuff to unlock. Have a regulator, but they're really good. They look like the same helmet, so we'll do... Oh, we don't have to. Galvanized ground crew space helmet. It's epic. Plus negative 15 incoming energy, plus 25 corrosive. It's actually not that good. And I don't really know if I want to unlock this, because it looks to be the exact same thing. Hey, there's a digipick. Refined Star Roamer's Power Pack. Orion. What's all this good stuff just sitting out here? Jake and the Inu, Part 2. A Tale of Enlightenment. Jake cursed and pleaded with the thieves, but it was no use. Soon every Inu was removed from the cave. Jake wept. What would become of the mountain? He continued visiting the cave each day. He cleaned the floors where the Inu had stood, and recited his good deeds to the walls. Jake dreaded the spring. Without the gift of the Inu's stream, what would become of his fields? Then, in the spring, the stream flowed from the cave anyway. Jake was confused, but his family wasted no time. They cultivated their fields, and that summer they saw their most bountiful harvest in years. The following spring, the stream appeared again. Jake began to wonder where more Inu hiding in the cave. He waded into the stream and traveled beyond the Inu's cavern, much further than he had before. But instead of more Inu, Jake found a large, underground lake. He also found tunnels bringing fresh water into the cave from the rainy side of the mountain. Later that day, Jake traveled down to the village in the valley. He found its people desperate and their lands parched. Jake visited the farms of the village. He found an Inu statue placed in each one, but he could see that the rocky, dry land would never grow fruit. That evening, Jake returned to his wife and shared what he had seen. They spent all night looking down on the valley. In the morning, they called for their sons and their family, and the family harvested their fields. They packed half of all they had grown in large wooden carts. The next day, Jake stood at the mouth of the Inu's cave. He turned and joined his family as they traveled down the mountain. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's who we need to meet. Bad People, Bad Jokes 3. A chunk walks into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve food here." Chunk sits down and says, "Then I guess I'm in the right place." Okay. Knock knock, who's there? Broken sword. Broken sword who? Oh, never mind, it's pointless. How many atheists does it take to screw in a light bulb? None, they're already enlightened. What's the last thing to go through a Freestar militia member's mind when they meet the United Colonies Marine? A laser beam. Okay. Why don't Terramorphs eat clowns? They taste funny. Unlike the first two volumes he published, Louis Lepper's Bad People, Bad Jokes Volume 3 never really gained much of an audience. Popular theories suggest that by the time of its release, people were already tired of Looper's terrible jokes. I am. Alright, they're right there, so let's... Steak, turkey, cola. Let's go back to this cool looking dagger. Let's go back to the ship really quick since it's over there and deposit a bunch of stuff. I think, what's this? Weapon workbench.
I've heard the stories, but I've never seen it with my own eyes. Lifting off right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
How may I
Only
serve?
one point of mo.
Also,
Something
she
for
keeps
me?
talking as if she has... Give me the maelstrom and... I want her to use these two things. I'm wondering if she will.
Talk to you later.
I'm looking if these are worth anything because they weigh almost a pound and they don't, so I'm just gonna drop them off. I'm gonna drop that off too because it's not worth anything. We got this Orion. It's an energy gun. Okay, it's a laser rifle. Okay. We got this cool dagger. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering because if she doesn't use one of the two guns that she has, honestly, that'll be a little bit of a negative for this game because I don't like it when you have companions and they just can't use any of the weapons you give them. It's dumb. Can we cook anything? Can we cook an alien sandwich? Oh, but I might need that to craft something with. I don't know yet. So many chunks. Don't worry, I'll be eating this shortly. They probably don't want us going in there. You have an affliction. Take the corresponding remedy to cure it. Go to your inventory and look for items. Oh, what do we have? Frostbite. Oh. Okay, so does anything help with frostbite? This one. It's the only one we have.
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world. and I don't know you. You're with the collection team then, I presume. Either that, or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser.
Captain, UC Vanguard, you're expecting me. I'm just here for coffee. Black, 2 sugars, please.
Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your outfit.
Commander Hatum, I'm...
No need for introductions, Major Sinon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you, as does the urgency of your mission, so I'll get to it. Now, Londinium is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Sinon's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into trouble, my people will not be coming. Do we understand each other?
He bombed it. Why would he do that? Probably because of the Terramorphs. You wouldn't even send a rescue party. Can you tell us what we're going to face out there? Let's see, why would he bomb it?
The initial Terramorph outbreak that overran Londinium during the tail end of the Colony War came as a complete shock. Waves of the creatures appeared out of nowhere, and the city was quickly overwhelmed. There were some attempts at evacuation, but Ve Victus decided more definitive action was merited. He ordered the spaceport to be bombed, ensuring no other ships could leave the city, halting the spread of the outbreak but leaving large sections in ruins and condemning countless lives. And the intervening 20 years have only made Londinium more hostile, not less. So my people will not be coming for you out there. Understood?
You wouldn't even send a rescue party. Can you tell us what we're going to face?
Terramorphs, and plenty of them. Outside our little sanctuary here, much of the planet is theirs. For that reason, we keep our trips into the city to a minimum. That also means our intel becomes largely historical once you go much beyond the defenses. It's also why I want to make sure I'm being crystal clear. Out there, you're on your own.
Understood.
Precisely. I'll leave you to your preparations then. You can find your equipment in our armory, base of the tower just outside. And I do believe there's someone waiting for you there, Captain. Now, once you're outside the base, it's my personal suggestion you make a beeline to the nearby Aceles plant. It contains one of our field caches. Though I can't guarantee it won't contain anything else. I hope you all find what you're looking for out there. Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples from here. When he finds one, he'll transmit the coordinates to us out in the field.
You can pinpoint the location of these samples all the way from here.
Pinpoint's a bit strong.
The equipment will be able to get us a rough location of any acceptable samples in the scan area. It'll be up to you, Kaiser, and I to find the things.
Ready when you are.
All right. Head over to the armory and gear up. Once you're done, we'll meet by the entrance to the city.
So, I think we already got all of that gear. Oh, the gun is the only thing.
Don't go into the city much. Never for long.
Oh, you guys restocked? How thoughtful. They were stocked a little bit.
Give him one for me.
You match our description. The Vanguard captain? The cabinet wanted you to have something. Make sure you had the best tools for the task at hand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Microgun cases and ammo, okay. Oh, we gotta unlock this, I guess. Okay. These two are going to be used at the bottom. So I think I'm free to use all the other stuff here.
Where did you learn to pick up? You know what, on second thought...
Furious Assassins Refined Eon. Each consecutive hit reflects suppressor, whiteout, rounds, binary trigger. Let's see. Put it the drum beat. We have a poison. We have two drum beats: radioactive and poison. Let's put it right there.
Good work with the bartender. Dropping off a few choice items?
Alright, so we got this. We got a minigun. Long barrel, plus 30% damage against aliens, laser sight, tactical grip, tactical magazine. Hell yes. This radioactive drum beat also does stuff against aliens. And it does radioactive damage. Okay, so we'll give the poison drum beat to her. And we'll use the radioactive one. She can also have Orion, I think. It's pretty heavy. You can have this.
Until later.
Where is the... Put that there. Then this one, let's see, where shall we put it? We have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 pistols. So the trick shot, we do have ammo for it. We'll put this where the maelstrom is. Alright, so right now, what guns do we have? This one. This big boy. This one. Sniper. Shotgun. Pistol. Oh, it was only using one. Got the drum beat. Trick shot. Then we got this one.
Transfers complete. Those codes will allow you.
All set on your gear? Are you ready to do this?
Wait, are you nervous?
Yeah, just pre-mission jitters. You hear about a place for so long, it maybe gets bigger in your head than it should be. But you don't need to worry about me. I'll be all right. Now, are we doing this or not?
I'm ready.
Then let's get this show on the road. Kaiser? Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
All right. On our way into the city.
We got this. Get a minigun out.
Percival, where are we heading?
I don't know what gun you got.
Running the first sweep. Got one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
I don't think we can do any research. We'll wait for research when we get back to the lodge.
What? That creature. It's dominated. Must be a morph nearby, keeping it under its sway. Let's put it down.
Another point for our side.
You make a decent field biologist, Captain.
Spoils.
Four of them. Clean them up.
To kill protocols active.
You know, guys, this is using a lot of my ammo.
Done.
Oh, so she won't use that gun. She will only use the maelstrom. Wow, I absolutely hate that. That's stupid.
Looks like the last of them. No sign of the morph, though.
Your shipping yard's just beyond the processing plant. Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
Kaiser, we close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint. But I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot! Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Damn, I gotta unlock this. I only have 5. Okay, so 2 won't do that, so this one, where is it? Whatever one. This one will not be used here. And we got a 2 there. Yep. That can be used here. We would need another 2. No. Right there, 1, 2, 3. We need a 4. Nothing that's super close. This one maybe? Nope. This one has that problem. God damn it. Space Adept suppressed calibrated tombstone. Whatever that is. Pacifier. Oh my god, the JPEGs. Thank you. Okay. Check out our inventory. We're not over encumbered, surprisingly. Got the pacifier. It's a shotgun to 65. Not nearly as good as the one we have right now. Tombstone. Space Adept plus 30% damage while in space and negative 15 while on a planet. Okay. It's got a reflex sight suppressor, armor piercing rounds. Looks cool. Yeah, 'cause our shotgun is 131, fire rate at 6. And this one's fire. It says fire rate is 20. So it can do just over 3 times. It fires 3 times faster, so technically this one might be a little bit better. We'll see. I want to use the other one first.
got nothing.
Damage sustained.
You know, if you didn't get so fucking close. I was like, it didn't even do very much damage, but I had to use so much ammo because the damn robot was just always so close.
Right behind you.
It will take more.
Okay. There we go. Burns and frostbite, because I had both.
Let's do this!
Help! They're gonna kill us. Please help.
Try again. No fault detected. Correcting. Time of death. Our integrity covered.
You've lost. You're never gonna win. They always win.
You can't hide.
I don't know why I went here to use a med pack. I forgot that it was circle.
Hull damaged.
We should collect all the resources we can from this thing.
Shattered shock. Break through even the strongest armor. Long barrel short scope tactical stack.
All Asili's samples collected.
All right. Now hand those over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
Ah.
Samples secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
There are steam tunnels under the city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
I am not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
Then we've got our answer.
Access unlocked.
Did you pick?
We may proceed.
Story of the Heavens. Ever since Neil Armstrong first set foot on the moon in 1969, humanity has been obsessed with the idea of permanently breaking free from the confines of Earth's gravity. Not just visiting other planets, but settling them, truly living among the stars. But in the mid-20th century, that dream proved short-lived. The Apollo 17 mission in 1972 was the last time humans set foot on the moon, and for several decades afterward. NASA's mission seemed to focus on orbital space shuttle flights and unmanned reconnaissance. The dream of galactic exploration, while not exactly dead, was definitely sitting on the back of a dusty shelf. And then in the year 2016, everything changed. A team of scientists announced that they had actually detected for the first time the gravitational waves Albert Einstein proposed a century earlier in his general theory of relativity. Scientific postulating, even great scientific postulating by one of humanity's greatest minds, was still just so many formulas on paper. But the discovery of gravitational waves changed all that. Theory became reality, and that reality fostered renewed hope in humanity's ability to understand and manipulate space-time, and, more importantly, it rekindled the great dream of space exploration and expansion. Of course, even after the discovery of gravitational waves, there was still much work to be done. Humanity had not yet even traveled beyond Earth's planetary system. So that was the first goal, one that was accomplished when humans first set foot on Mars in the year 2050. Oh, we're over encumbered.
To Venus?
No, we're not going to Venus. You have all these weapons and you won't fucking equip them. Can I tell you to equip it? Equip this. Three helmets. Did I want three? Yes. Why does this Equinox look different? Maybe it doesn't. Okay, so you manually have to tell them to equip a certain weapon. Why? So I got this thing. Rare heavy. There's 127, fire rate 5. So it's like a shotgun. Oh, or maybe it's a, okay. I think it's a grenade launcher. Here, you carry the tombstone. Carry that.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you have to tell them to equip it. Why can't they just equip something on their own, though? We've been in there. We've been in that bathroom. It's got nothing in it.
Kaiser, this flora, this is...
Hold on. What do I have? So I have hypothermia and frostbite. So we should be getting rid of the hypothermia. These bandages should treat... No, it's puncture wounds. Right here. But we still have... hypothermia, but we should be getting rid of that.
Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. Real marvel.
Is that because of the cold? Or maybe maybe it has to be a certain atmosphere.
leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
+5 carry capacity. Oops. Lead-lined advanced deep seeker space helmet epic. Oh, it's a chameleon one, okay. Great Expectations. Bounty Hunter Stock Power Pack. It's worth a decent amount. We can give it to her when we need to. War of the Worlds. Remember I was telling you War of the Worlds is kind of boring? Book 1, The Coming of the Martians. 1, The Eve of the War. No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that this world was being watched keenly and closely by intelligences greater than man's and yet as mortal as his own. That as men busied themselves about their various concerns, they were scrutinized and studied, perhaps almost as narrowly as a man with a microscope might scrutinize the transient creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. With infinite complacency, men went to and fro over the globe about their little affairs, serene in their assurance of their empire over matter. It is possible that the infusoria under the microscope do the same. No one gave a thought to the older worlds of space as source of human danger, or thought of them only to dismiss the idea of life upon them as impossible or improbable. It is curious to recall some of the mental habits of those departed days. At most, terrestrial men fancied there might be other men upon Mars, perhaps inferior to themselves and ready to welcome a missionary enterprise. Yet across the gulf of space, minds that are to our minds as ours are to those of the beasts that perish, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes and slowly and surely drew their plans against us. And early in the 20th century came the great disillusionment. The planet Mars, I scarcely need remind the reader, revolves around the sun at a mean distance of 140 million miles. And the light and heat it receives from the sun is barely half of that received by this world. It must be, if the nuclear hypothesis has any truth, older than our world, and long before this earth ceased to be molten. Life upon its surface must have begun its course. The fact that it is scarcely 1/7 of the volume of the earth must have accelerated its cooling to the temperature at which life could begin. It has air and water, and all that is necessary for the support of animated existence. While the title may seem obvious, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, first serialized in magazines in 1897, is actually believed to be a commentary on Victorian prejudices, insecurities, and values. What else we got? Bleak House, Great Expectations, A Tale of Two Cities, and A Christmas Carol. Yeah. Not interested in those, I'll be honest. What?
My God. Look at it.
What?
A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only...
Observe the Lazarus plant.
What's happening? Captain.
It's changing the heat leeches. It's the Lazarus plant.
Oh my God. The heat leeches are terramorphs.
That's crazy.
No, it can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs.
That would explain. I mean, that. Okay.
You just saw that, right?
Yeah.
You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
Now, I will say, I don't like that it just randomly transformed, but I guess how is it going to really show that to you as the player? So I'm guessing, it doesn't really happen that fast. Something that is a worm size or a small snake size couldn't get that big immediately, obviously. What we just witnessed, that can't be how all terramorphs are born, right? I mean, what does that mean for the plans?
That I don't have an answer for right now. But if they share a genome, like most nymphs and adults do, the microbe should have no problem dealing with heat leeches and terramorphs. The Aciles we'll have to look into. But given what we know about the creatures, I wouldn't be shocked to find that they've got an appetite for both.
What we just witnessed, that can't be how all terramorphs are born, right?
No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinian lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. It's incredible.
Nothing natural should be able to do that.
I am sincerely inclined to agree, but current evidence suggests nature manages it just fine. The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, could someone have set that up?
Given what we just witnessed, it's certainly plausible.
But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Yeah.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
Catch it.
We may proceed.
Go!
Engaging.
I don't even need a gun.
Why are you using a melee weapon?
Let's go!
Evacuation insufficient.
Give it your best shot. Ah, come on!
All right, Percival. Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
She has no ammo for it. Let's see, use 11mm. Okay. Let's check this one out now.
Uploaded them myself.
Captain, let Kaiser take a look at that sample.
Let's see what you got.
Now, she can't have to have a,
Goodbye.
ammo for that, right? Whoa. How do I only have 11 now for this? Did I really use that much?
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
I think it means the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attack in New Atlantis.
Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attacks.
A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect.
Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night. And the sort of thing whoever did this probably didn't expect us to uncover. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one. It couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the Terramorphs. These attacks, I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
Didn't you say the plant can't grow anywhere but here, though?
It can't. At least, I didn't think it could. But maybe if we're right about this, someone found a way.
I thought the timings of those Terramorphs showing up was suspicious.
They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
I've got some ideas, but it's far from responsible to just start hurling accusations.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport?
The entrance is this way.
Oh, I don't think that tray I picked up was actually health. Digipack. Or pick, whatever. Whatever the hell you want to call it. Who the hell?
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
This is the one I was trying to go in before.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Okay. A lot of twos and a lot of ones. Okay. Where was it? That one and that one. Contraband locker key. Aurora. Incendiary grenades, some more Aurora.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And we do that. Ah, Captain. I think I see it.
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Sanon, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral! It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete.
Well, it wasn't.
Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk.
Oh, I was wondering where it was. Hold on really quick. I don't really want all this alcohol. It weighs a lot, that's why. Oh, that was a bunch of beer.
Vivictus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he?
Never learned this reading minds trick you seem to have mastered. Oh, okay. That's certainly how I interpreted. Yeah.
He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people. Condemned this city to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. He was
someone who thought keeping a secret would save lives.
Oh, you make it sound like a miscalculation, when in reality it was an unmitigated disaster. And look where we are now. Oh, some secret.
Shut up,
a
Sarah.
calculated loss. These soldiers for the rest of the galaxy. That sounds exactly like what my father would do. But it doesn't. It can't justify slaughter. But I guess that's just another part of his sick legacy now. He thought he was protecting us all, taking the secret to his grave. Only he didn't succeed. Now someone else knows about the Lazarus plant and is using it exactly how he feared.
I have to tell her now. Your father, he's alive. The UC has been keeping him prisoner.
Now's not the time to joke like that,
Oh,
alright?
God. It's the truth. He claims he's been trying to help us. Come on, at least it's a little funny.
No. That's insane. He died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what? An advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so important that they had to keep him alive?
They're using him to track down criminals from the colony war. The previous cabinet thought he was too useful to get rid of. He's actually secretly the president. We've been taking his orders the whole time. Yeah, they did think it was too useful, and they have been using him. I mean, they're both correct.
I'm sure they did. They invested so much in him over the years. Even grew him an entire family he didn't want.
He's alive. Vivictus is still alive. This is just
Sarah,
typical of
you're not into
bureaucracy.
this, okay?
A cover-up of this magnitude could directly lead to war. What the hell is the matter with them?
I guess it makes sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Vivictus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. But wait, if my father's alive and knew about the Lazarus plant, what do you think the chances are he was involved in the attacks?
It's not possible. They keep him under tight control. It's an idea worth discussing further when we're not surrounded by terramorphs.
Good point. Deal with one monster at a time. Let's go get that final sample.
I had to tell her. Guys. Couldn't keep it a secret.
Kaiser, try it now.
Unlock successful.
Guys, your sample, it moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled.
You know, I'm really surprised to not find more audio logs. I don't know what that did.
Good work with the bartender. Glad to haul what it...
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this one's EM and this one does actual energy damage. Okay. Here, take that then.
Bye for now.
So how do you destroy those plants is my question. Oh my god, it's level 44.
My God, concentrate fire! Shoot! Shoot!
Put down your weapon. We just want to be friends.
That sound! What is that? Come on!
That thing is putting out some kind of signal. Raiders lighten up. I think you're due for some company.
This is useless. You've already lost.
The signal that thing's putting out to call in those creatures, I think I can nullify it, but I'm gonna need some help.
Nothing's gonna save you. Nothing's gonna save you.
There should be some radar equipment powered up now around the port. You get those online, and I'll relay my signal through there. Connection received. Broadcasting signal.
Look! It's working!
You won't be leaving here alone.
But the thralls, they're attacking the anomaly. Percival, are you doing this?
That's not me. I'm just nulling out the frequency.
We freed them, and they're helping us.
Please. Please help. Please.
I've still got more capacity. Get to the next dish.
Where are you?
No signal online.
It's working!
One more dish, and I should be able to shut it down completely.
Can't scan anything.
Combat procedures
The
activated.
thralls! They're not coming after us. I guess we should grab that sample while we can. Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Final sample secure.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
This was crazy. Yeah, it's so weird you can't scan any of the animals.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion.
Is the plan going to still work now that we've got to clean up heat leeches and terramorphs?
Can't be positive until we run some tests. But knowing that the terramorphs have been masquerading as heat leeches all this time is a big find. Arguably makes things more feasible, now that we know what we're dealing with, not less.
Agreed. Plus, I don't think you're gonna have to push real hard to get folks on board with cleaning up one of the galaxy's greatest pests if this is what they're capable of.
But none of that's getting done without the samples. You do have them, right?
Sure did. Kaiser's got all the samples in storage.
Ah, best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Vay Victus knew about this damn plant?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Don't tell everybody. Look, we learned something, but I can't say anything more, I promised.
Captain, he needs to know. Vay Victus is alive, which means he could have been involved in the attacks.
Alive? He's... Vay Victus? That can't be true, right?
Unfortunately for us all, yes, it's true.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain, Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Vay Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know.
Oh, he and I are gonna have some words. Do you want to come speak to him with me?
Captain, I truly don't. He's already shown he's taken an interest in you. I'll be a lot more useful in the lab right now than I would be grilling Francois. So do you think you could do it? Please?
Sure.
Good. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you for dealing with him.
Best of luck on your fact-finding mission.
Thank you, Kazar.
That was fun. Now what?
And we have liftoff!
General again. You're advised to leave this orbit immediately. The United Colonies will not be held responsible for any harm you suffer by proceeding.
I'm clear.
Let me check my logs.
Why is this going through this again? It'd be nice if those people would come for us right now, you know, when we have a bunch of people that can help us. I just realized I'm pretty sure I have contraband. Yeah. Why are mech components contraband? I don't understand that. Can I just drop them? I don't think so. But that means we have to go back down here. What? I still have contraband? This was just stolen. Oh, I forgot we had 2 things of Aurora. I forgot we had picked all that up. I really need to get whatever it is that conceals it on our ship. Because I pick up a lot of contraband.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
What?
To Venus? I should start charting. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the acids. Damn it, I shouldn't have. Damn it. I wanted to drop off all the resources and stuff, but I guess we can do it after.
What? Oh, sorry. Just the Terramorph attack. I'm lucky to still be here.
Yep. I knew it was going to change again, so I was like,
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
oh, we did, and a whole lot more.
Good news, then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no?
We found a recording of you discussing the use of Terramorphs as a weapon.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
So you really don't know anything about the attacks, is that what you're claiming?
Of course. Do I look like I'm in any position to do what you're describing? So I'd very much appreciate your agreement to not share what you found. We wouldn't want anyone else jumping to conclusions now, would we?
Sorry, I'm telling the cabinet what we learned. Consider this your chance to come clean. I've got no plans to tell anyone, I just want to know the truth. I don't want anything crazy to happen if I'm telling them.
You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau City, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Because you're a madman and a murderer, and you live to sow death. To work on something that long, this seems personal. No better way to show that you see what a deadly weapon they have in the Lazarus plant than to use it. Associate, who have you been working with?
All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me go through all this trouble?
Yeah. What a deadly weapon they have in the Lazarus plant than to use it.
Not a bad thought.
No?
But no. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport. Fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
You just said it took you years to use the plant outside Londinium. You killed them for nothing. That information should have been handed over, secured it to keep it from ever being used again. But yeah, you killed him for nothing if he was going to use it anyway.
Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed a dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
I wish I would have taken him alive. So you murdered UC citizens because of some slight against your honor? You're sick. And why the hell do you care if the UC wants you as an advisor? Oh, keep him alive. How could you have coordinated all from here?
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands. All without the UC realizing whom you were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
We know who Orlays is. I don't understand why this dialogue option is here. And why do you care if the UC wants you as an advisor?
Why would I want to be in the good graces of the people who control my very life? I don't know, Captain.
That's what I figured.
Maybe I still dream of a life outside these walls someday. A new face would be needed, of course, but it wasn't an impossibility. Though now, I'm not so sure.
So you murdered UC citizens because of some slight against your honor. You're sick.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
What kind of honors are we talking here? So I suppose there have been some benefits. If you're waiting for me to say thank you, we're going to be here for a while.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Hunting down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over. You would help me, like you did with Orlays. Track them down and keep them from doing harm to the United Colonies. Impossible, though, if the cabinet learns I'm the one responsible for the attacks.
You think I'm just going to forget the fact that you killed people to accomplish your good works?
And how many have you killed to get where you are now?
No good people.
There are no great works that don't cost lives, Captain. Whether it's winning a war or digging a tram tunnel. So we sacrificed a few dozen in the attacks to possibly protect millions. That seems like a fair exchange to me. I only hope you'll see the same and leave my name out of the discussions to come.
I'm not sure what I'll do.
Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain. We've done something great here. Let's not squander the opportunity to do more.
So what's funny is when Sarah was like, he's alive, I completely forgot that she's not allowed to come in here. And just automatically assume that your companion, the person that's with you, knows.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
That was kind of funny when she was like, what? He's here? He's alive? I don't know. I mean, Orlays was the last person that he could possibly get in contact with to do things like that. So, I mean, it might not hurt to keep him alive, you know?
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
Vivictus confessed. He organized the attacks from his cell. We can lie. It was a man named Dr. Reginald Orlays. He perpetrated the attacks. Actually, I'm still gathering some intel. Let me get back to you.
Orlays? Reginald Orlays? He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
Well, we killed him. The evidence is on its way to the cabinet as we speak. You knew Orlays?
Oh yeah. Both worked for UC Defense Research way back when. Different departments, but everyone knew Orlays. Had a mean eye for weapons tech. And a meaner temper. Wasn't exactly a surprise when he fled instead of standing trial after the Colony War. But finding out he's taken up mass murder in the years since, that is a shock. You're sure about this?
I mean, he's dead now. Whatever.
I don't know much about Orlays, but anyone with a sick mind like that needs to be tried for his crimes, and then dealt with appropriately.
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orlays now? Were you able to bring him in?
Was on a mission to bring him in and I killed him. Didn't realize what he'd done at the time.
Huh, I see. Wish we could have questioned him. But... well, there's nothing we can do at this point. Any idea why he might have done it? Or what he was doing with the plant?
He found the plant while searching Londinian for weapon data and chose to use it against the UC. He thought he was doing the right thing, making sure no one could ignore the Lazarus plant. We'll do that one because technically that's what the other,
Another madman justifying butchery. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs.
Nothing else? Which method of dealing with the Terramorphs are you two leaning towards? What kind of risks are there if we decide to bring back the Achilles?
Achilles aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the Terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Achilles, we're at least dealing with known risks.
So both approaches to clearing our worlds are effective against heat leeches?
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Achilles seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Which methods of dealing with the Terramorphs are you two leaning towards?
Microbe is going to make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0.
That's what I was thinking.
So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet wait. See if they have a preference.
Let's head in there.
And here we go.
The animal, I mean, you would bring back an animal, which is good. And that doesn't risk whatever possibility a microbe could do,
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
That's correct, ma'am. It was a deliberate attack.
My God.
An attack? Using Terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
It's not the whole truth. Orlays helped, but they Victus organized the attacks. Lie. Yes. Hadrian, I think you should tell them.
You want me to... well, we believe that report to be correct, ma'am. Reginald Orlays appears to have committed the attacks.
Reginald Orlays? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission, and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orlays might have been involved in the attacks?
No idea, man. We just thought we were dealing with a known criminal.
Well, it appears you were ahead of the curve. This report contains definitive evidence Orlays triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the Captain and Major Sanan uncovered.
Simply harrowing.
Indeed. Though it would have been preferable for him to have finally faced the UC's justice, it seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Agree, that's the right call. Ma'am, I believe the other factions should be involved in securing the Lazarus plant. Securing the plant is enough, it should be wiped out. What sorts of measures will the UC be taking to protect the Lazarus plant? Yeah, the other factions should be involved.
Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
It'd demonstrate to the collective the UC isn't planning to secretly use this down the line. The UC doesn't exactly have the best track record. This would ensure good behavior from both sides.
That's true. With all the mistakes and the
Get out of here,
deception
Sarah.
that's been going on, the UC has an obligation to be as open and honest as possible.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture, showing definitively this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
So, you want us to make nice with the collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Let's see. I think deploying the Aseles is the safest route. That's my vote, yeah. And plus, what if the Terramorphs or Heat Leeches become immune to the microbe?
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
That, madam, is most certainly the plan.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately.
I'm lying to you all.
Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. So long as I'm getting paid, I'm happy. What's a class 1? Yeah, I don't know.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
Thank you, Madam President.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
A legacy forged. I really wish
Captain?
Sanan
Guess we've got our assignments.
could be our companion.
I just wanted to say, I could have never guessed where all this was going to lead. But now, knowing what I do, that my past is less of a closed book than I thought it was. Well, I've just spent a lot of my life in pursuit of the truth. So, you bringing it straight to me, it just means a lot.
Don't mention it. We're friends. Friends look after each other. I had to share a secret that juicy with someone.
The best ones certainly do. You know, I was thinking, while we were there on the podium, if I wanted to try and see him again. But I knew the answer before I even finished the thought. I didn't. Because confronting him, what would I gain from that? From letting him remind me I can never truly be rid of him? Nothing. Now, all I'd be doing is acknowledging that he still has some sway over my life. And while I can't do anything about his role in my past, I'm not about to let him control my future. And thanks to what we've done together, that future is brighter than it has been in a long time. Words can't do justice to how grateful I am for that.
Just glad I was able to help. Then let's keep going. Come with me.
You know I can't do that.
Damn it.
I've got an assignment. But I wouldn't be upset if you came by the HQ every now and then. Remind me how much I owe you. Well, I think it's safe to say you succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams. It's been an honor, Captain. Good luck out there.
Damn it. I like Hadrian.
Yes, what?
Shut up. Alright guys, but I think we'll go ahead and level up and then end it. It's been almost 2.5 hours. Hypothermia. Well, it'll probably go away in a minute. Oh, I have 2 skill points. Okay. Well, I only need 1 more in here to unlock some of this stuff. But I think persuasion, I think I'm going to need that pretty soon. Or it could just be handy. We've only done this 9 times. I should probably also get some of this stuff as well. Ballistic ship weapons have 10% increased damage and cost 20% less to use in targeting mode. Energy ship weapons have 10%. Ship cargoes have 10% more capacity. I don't think the boost pack stuff is too important, to be honest. Unlock the ability to pilot Class B and C ships. I think that would be pretty handy as well. You know what? We have so many good weapons. Screw the modification at the right now. Let's grab that. And then what do we need? Destroy 15 ships. God damn. Let's get the ballistic weapons then. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day and I'll see you. Bye.